We got big work done this week with another round of sanding followed by a heavy overseed of rye, and we are determined to get this fairway to Augusta quality come Masters Week. After spreading a full truck bed load of sand across most of the fairway last weekend, I felt we needed to spread one more load before we overseed. So we got back to work this weekend, but this time I took a different method of spreading the sand by using a wheelbarrow, our landscape rake, and a new tool we bought that we will show you soon. Using the wheelbarrow proved to be a much more efficient method than doing what we did last weekend, where I used the shovel to try and throw the sand across the fairway. I could shovel one full load at a time, dump a pile of sand in different spots, and then spread it out using the landscape rake. But as is always the case, we had some issues to deal with as the wheelbarrow had a flat tire, so we pumped it up with air and quickly got back to work. Once I dumped 2 loads of sand, I would then take the landscape rake to spread it out and see how much ground I could cover. We had the fairway getting much more level than it's ever been, so the sand covered a pretty wide area as there was not nearly as many holes and low spots to fill. But at this point, I bought out our new weapon of attack, a lawn leveler, as this tool is made for this type of work. With the lawn leveler, I'm able to evenly spread out the sand and create a perfectly level and smooth surface, as the sand will fill any low spots. But the big advantage of this tool is that it also brushes the healthy grass in a manner that makes it stand straight up, so that we don't smother any of the grass that grew from last fall. I've seen these tools many times before on golf courses, but I've never actually used one until now, and I can quickly see why the pros all use it, and I have to say it is quickly becoming one of my favorite pieces of equipment, and it is quite addicting to use. Once we were done smoothing out the fairway with sand, we could see from the aerial footage that the grass is still really thin. This is due to the fact that we didn't get our rye seed out until very late last fall in mid-November, and after sowing we had several weeks of deep freezes which heavily stunned the growth. Therefore, we got out our spreaders and we are going to heavily overseed now as we have consistently warmer weather arriving this week. Once again, I'm using both our drop spreader and broadcast spreader, and I start out using the drop spreader to go around the edge of the green and try to get the seed as close to the green as possible without getting seed on the green, because rye seed will definitely sprout on synthetic turf. I do 2 laps around the green with the drop spreader, and then I get a few handfuls of seed to get any bare spots that are right off the edge of the green. This helps to keep the seed from getting on the putting surface. Next up, I transfer the seed over from the drop spreader and into the broadcast spreader, and I do a lap around the green and around the perimeter of the fairway, and then I set the spreader for full distribution and cover the inside portion of the fairway. Once we have all the seed spread, we then fill the broadcast spreader with a 10-10-10 fertilizer and go around the entire area again. This time though, I let Wilson run point so he can earn his keeps, as he'll be the one using this fairway 90% of the time. And at this point we were all done with the seed, and while I really didn't want to do it, I decided to go the extra mile and bring out the yard roller to roll it all in. This would be simple to do if I had my 0-turn mower and I could just hook it up to the back and drive all around, but since my mower's in the shop, I had to do it by hand. But it wasn't too bad, and it makes a big difference by getting the seed pressed down well into the sand. And for the final steps of this weekend's work, I got out the brand new tripod sprinkler we just bought from Tractor Supply that is supposed to cover 90 square feet. While it was really windy and hard to tell if it could cover that wide of a range, it sure covered a lot more than the old cheap one I was using. This will help me get the seed watered for the next 4 to 5 days before we have rain moving in, and hopefully this will help get us quick germination. And once the grass starts growing well, we will be able to use the new toy we bought, which is also the big ticket item we've been desperately wanting to get, a reel mower. This will allow us to take the fairway to the next level and get it mowed really low and really tight. But thanks everyone for watching. Be sure to subscribe to follow along, hit that thumbs up button for us, and share your favorite videos with family and friends. We will see you soon.